Hi, we're here today to do a mini workshop which will help you to stop being a pleaser, stop being the yes man, stop saying yes when you really want to say no, and stop letting people run all over you. Now, I will be teaching you two different healing modalities that will help you with this. So, one of the reasons I'm doing this workshop is I found that I have a habit of over explaining everything. That if I say no, it's hard for me to just say no. I always want to add some kind of reason I need to say no or just explain myself. I'm going to give you an example right now. You might notice that I'm not wearing hardly any eye makeup because, let me explain, I just had eye surgery. So we just tend to do all this explaining when it's not necessary. So let's talk about being a pleaser. And I hope you join in the chat and put the different kind of ways that you notice that you're a pleaser. And I don't mind sharing my intimate life. I'm the same as you. Recently I had a friend stay over for a week or so, and there's this little show on Netflix, Greenleaf, if you know it, that I just love it. And my friend didn't like it. So I just said, okay, we'll watch what you want to watch. Um, anyway, just little examples of how we say no to ourselves and yes to everyone else. So having to explain, can't say no when you really want to say no. And if you do say no, you have to give this big, long explanation, which means, my friend, that you're probably a pleaser. And you have been taught that you need to put everyone else first. And this is a lot from old biblical teachings. Put everyone else first and put yourself last. Guess what winds up happening? You wind up being full of resentment, especially like if you're grandma and you say, yes, I'll babysit when asked, and you don't cotton pick and want to. You can wind up feeling resentment. So I want to talk a little bit because I know a lot of you could be healers with a healing practice, and this may not apply to you. However, just pay attention because some aspects do. When you feel really sorry for your clients and you feel like you have to give them a lot of stuff for free, it's using your life force energy and you're not valuing it. Now, there are times when you really feel guided that you need to help a client for free. There's everything on YouTube that can help almost every situation for free. And yet, pay attention, because when you devalue your own life force energy, it's not really helpful to the person. Because if you don't value your life force energy, they're not going to value it as well. And we do have this thought that, oh, we need to serve everyone for free. And that can be holding you back as far as your income and valuing your services. So let's talk about being a pleaser and how that all started. And I will say again, this is a mini workshop. It's not a 2-minute video. Do you really think that you can help your issues around being a pleaser in 2 minutes? No. So I'm going to be teaching you two modalities. A lot of you already know EFT tapping. There's another modality called Heart Point Technique, which was given to me by Divine Mother, that just brings in divine light and helps you discover the root cause of something. And then we can either continue with the Heart Point Technique or use tapping to solve it. So, and I did make myself some notes. Where did this I have to be a pleaser first start? For some of us, I had this too when I was little. I would just sit and suffer because I was taught so much to be quiet. So for some of us, we were actually punished if we said anything. So, what are the emotions you feel when you think about ways? And I'm hoping some of you put something in the chat. I hope it's live. About times that you felt like you were just such a pleaser and you put yourself last. And there's a little bit of, oh, I feel so righteous because I'm last on the list. It's so much better to give than to receive. And so I better just give until I'm a dish rag on the floor, and then I certainly can't give. So we're going to talk about the emotions around that and the root cause. Sometimes this is from a past lifetime that we just carried over. So I'm going to teach you this modality that will help you discover the very first thing you need to address right now about being a pleaser. And to do this technique, it has a hand position like this, which covers all the acupressure points around your eyes. And then you just cradle your heart, connecting head and heart. And then we're going to call in divine light of revelation through a crown and then into the pineal gland, into all those areas around the eye, down the throat chakra, and into your heart. That's going to give you some guidance about what you need to address today about being such a pleaser and putting yourself always last. And have you ever noticed that when you're such a pleaser, you're not really so happy? So let's begin. Put your hand in the hand position like this, and you don't have to do anything except just hold it. And I'm going to call in some divine light. So hands like this, relax, close your eyes, just listen to my voice. And we're calling in divine light of about what we need to address today about being such a pleaser, such a pushover, not valuing ourselves. And so we're bringing that divine light into the crown, into the pineal gland, to all the acupressure points around the eyes, and then streaming down the throat. We need to be able to speak, and then into the very center of our heart. And we're just asking for guidance. What do we need to address first about being such a pleaser, such a pushover? Can't stand up for ourselves. And I'm picking up on the energy of the people watching, and I know there's at least one person who was bullied as a child, and that has something to do with it. Other person's energy, I'm an intuitive. I see you just ironing, working all day, working so hard and sweating and never feeling like you're getting ahead, and you know who you are. And so as we have these revelations, maybe an emotion comes up for you. We're just going to realize those. And sometimes you might just feel numb, like I'm not getting anything at all. And that's okay too. So whatever it felt like for you, feel free to share in the chat box if you'd like for me to work with you personally on this. We're going to switch now to some emotional freedom technique, which will help you to tap out some of these emotions that you have around having to be a pleaser. I'm such a good little girl, such a good little boy. God is so pleased with me because I let everybody run over me. So to do the tapping, a lot of you already know, but you just tap on acupressure points. All you have to do is look and do what I do. We're going to tap here. This is for self-sabotage. Going to tap the top of the head. 4 meridians come together there. Going to tap the beginning of the eyebrow, side of the eye, underneath the nose, underneath the lip, right here on the collarbone, and then you're just going to tap your wrists together. So let's think about the self-sabotage of always being such a pleaser. And just repeat after me. I'll say it slow to give you time. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to being a pleaser? How hard is it for you to say no? 10 would be, oh my God, it's so hard for me to say no. It's so hard for me to stop being a pleaser. And of course, 1, you're just watching for fun. And maybe you need to share this video with someone else that you know is such a pleaser. So go right here and just repeat after me. I do want to say that my dear friend Gary Craig is the man who made tapping a household word. And repeat after me. Even though I have this pleaser energy, repeat it and tap. It's not going to do you much good to just watch. I love and accept myself. That feels good to say that, doesn't it? I love and accept myself. Even though I can't say no, I love and accept myself. I'm such a pleaser. I can't say no. I love and accept myself. Yeah, take a deep breath in and out. Go to the top of your head. I can't say no. And then go to the beginning of the eyebrow. You can also tap with 2 hands. I'm just going to use 1. This is the eye that got surgery 2 weeks ago. This one just got surgery this week. I can't say no. I'm such a pleaser. I'm afraid to stand up for myself. I'm afraid people won't love me. People won't like me. I'm such a pleaser. I'm such a pleaser. Take a deep breath in and out. I have to explain everything to everybody. I have to make an excuse about everything. I can't keep anything to myself. It's hard to say no without giving some long reason. I love and accept myself. Take a deep breath in and out. It's hard to say no. I don't deserve to say no. Other people are more important than I am. We're confessing the negative thoughts. It's hard to say no. Oh, goodness. I have to do everything for everyone else first. I don't deserve to be my own person. Where did I get this crazy teaching? Just saying it out loud sounds ridiculous. Now I'm going to take it a step further down the negative pathway. And then we're going to tap in the positive choice. Thanks to Dr. Carrington and her choices method. Side of the hand. Even though I let people run over me, I don't stick up for myself. I don't deserve to have a... Remember, we're tapping on the negative. I love and accept myself anyway. Hey, you don't know what I've been through. I was bullied. I was shamed. It turned me into a pleaser. I love and accept myself, even though I don't really know how. I want to love and accept myself. I desire to stick up for myself. Go to the top of the head, taking a deep breath in and out. I let people run over me. I think others are more important than I am. It makes me sad when I can't say no. I'm afraid others won't like me. I feel guilty if I say no. I feel ashamed for saying no. I was shamed for saying no. I have to be a good little girl and a good little boy. God won't love me if I don't serve others. Now, take a deep breath in and out. And check your intensity. Maybe you started way up high. I can't say no. I'm a pleaser. I let people run over me. I have to explain myself to everyone. And hopefully it's come down, but we're going to tap in a positive choice. How would you rather be? And I hear somebody saying, well, I'd rather say no, and everybody would be fine with that and love me anyway. And they might love you anyway, but when you start saying no, pardon me, Lee, this is for you. This is hot water. You know all about that. So would you rather feel that you say no and it's up to them how they have a reaction? Would you like to feel that you love yourself enough to honor what your heart's desires and your wishes are? Would you like to watch the cotton picking show that you want to watch without having to feel like, oh, I need to put others ahead? Would you like to let yourself, you're going to resonate with this, would you like to let yourself have the biggest piece of pie? When the little boy says, you should give others the biggest piece of pie. But wouldn't it be fun to just get the biggest piece of pie and be okay with that? So let's tap in a positive choice. And as we do this, if those of you in the chat have some thoughts about this, I'd love to hear it. So here we go, side of the hand. Either side is fine. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. Back. Just doing that first round made me feel more free, and especially that piece of the pie part, side of the hand. So what? I've been this way all my life. Repeat after me. Letting people run over me. Not saying no. I choose differently now. I choose to have a backbone. I choose to be strong, to sit up straighter, to say no. Let's practice. You don't have to use my Southern accent. Say no, no, no. I choose to honor myself. Top of the head. I choose to say no. I choose to do what I choose to do. I choose to let this be easy. I forgive myself when I slip backwards. I fantasize about saying no in a good way. People will love me even when I say no. They may have to get used to it. People who really care about me. I choose to say no. Now, take a deep breath in and out. I did say this is a mini workshop, not a 2-minute deal. And if you don't have time to finish it now, I recommend that you do come back. So take a level of your intensity, and how does it feel now? I want you to imagine that there's a scenario that happened to you recently where you said yes to something you didn't really want to, or and I know I'm picking up on this, we feel guilty when we don't put others' needs ahead of our own. So think of a time recently where, or you can go way back if you'd like, where you wanted to say no and you didn't, and then you felt resentment. I can give you an example. When I didn't watch what I wanted to watch for like as long as my guest was here, and I watched what they wanted to watch just to make them happy, and I didn't like it. But I had a big old pleasing smile on my face. So think of a situation. Just close your eyes and think of a situation. And now imagine yourself 10 feet tall, and yet still the same gentle, kind person that you are. And imagine that you're simply saying no, or no, thank you. And one of my favorite things when someone asks me to do something and I just don't want to, no, I have another commitment. That commitment might be to sit in a bathtub and sip a glass of wine. I have another commitment. Because we're not intending to change from being a pleaser to being a bulldozer. No one likes a bulldozer either. And yet, pleasing yourself and releasing any guilt around it. Now you have the basic exercise. You can come back and do this anytime that you desire, and add whatever emotions. Maybe you feel guilt when you say no. Maybe you were shamed as a child. While you're here in the comment section, I love doing these free, wonderful, helpful videos. What do you need most help with? What would you like to see a mini workshop about? Put that in the comment section below. Share this with anyone you know who has a hard time saying no. And I look forward to being with you again soon. I do offer a limited amount of private sessions. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one personally, I'll have the link below in the description. For now, this is Rebecca Marina wishing you love, happiness, and the ability to put yourself first, say no, and still know that you're a loving, kind, and wonderful person.